This video is part of the course that is Batch Processing with Spring Batch and Spring Boot. Link for the course is given in the description. In the previous lecture, we have seen what is batch processing. Now, in this lecture, let's see what is Spring Batch. So basically, it is a lightweight batch framework that is based on Spring Framework. This course is all about Spring Batch and we are going to use Spring Batch with Spring Boot. We know, right? While working with Spring Boot, we can have many advantages. We don't need to do much configuration while working with Spring Boot. Spring Batch is used for high volume batch processing. Now, in the previous lecture, we have seen what is batch processing, right? So if you want to perform the batch processing and say for example, you have Spring Boot application. So there comes Spring Batch. So you want to deal with the high volume of data. So here high volume means you have thousands of or millions of records in the batch processing. So you need robust framework. So there comes Spring Batch. Now let's talk about some features of the Spring Batch. So Spring Batch provides various input and output options like JSON, XML and SQL databases. There are others as well. Say for example, reading from JSON and writing to database. Or say for example, reading from XML and writing to database. Let's understand this with example. In the previous lecture, we have taken the example of e-commerce portal, right? Where the seller uploads the CSV file. So say for example, we want to read from the CSV file and want to insert into the MySQL database. So here we can use the Spring Batch. So what Spring Batch can do is, it can read all the records from the CSV file and write into the MySQL database. And here I am talking about lot of records, okay, high volume. When you have thousands of or millions of records. Now this is the source and this is the target. So source can be anything and also target can be anything. Say for example, reading from JSON, writing into your MySQL database or reading from XML and writing to your CSV file. Any combination can be possible and Spring Batch provides various options like this. So we don't need to write the code from scratch to read the CSV or to insert into the database. Spring Batch provides configuration and we just need to work accordingly while working with the Spring Batch. So it makes our life very easy as a developer. From scratch, we don't need to write the code to read from the CSV, okay? All things Spring Batch provides, we just need to configure as per our structure, whatever we have, right? In the CSV, whatever columns we have, in the database, whatever columns we have, that we need to configure while working with the Spring Batch. And rest of the things will be handled by Spring Batch. So that is the advantage of Spring Batch while working with bulk processing or batch processing. Now let's jump back to the other features of the Spring Batch. While working with Spring Batch, it is very easy to manage this kind of batch processing because Spring Batch provides start, stop and restart options for this kind of batch processing. Also, when you are dealing with high volume of data, right? When you have thousands of or millions of records, it may be possible that one of your records give you exception. So you should not stop your batch processing just because of one record. You should continue it, right? So there comes skipping mechanism. So you can skip that record which is giving you exception and proceed for others, and later you can check that why that record was giving you exception. Also you can retry it. So all these features are provided by Spring Batch, retry and skip mechanism. So these are the some features provided by Spring Batch and others are also there. As we proceed further in the course, you will learn Spring Batch with Spring Boot and we will cover this kind of things. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, do comment in the comment section and share with your friends. Do you want to learn Spring Batch? If yes, then I am having complete course on it. In this course, you will learn Spring Batch in detail. You will learn what is job and step provided by Spring Batch. In this course, you will learn tasklet step and chunk-oriented step in detail. You will learn item reader, item processor and item writer with example. In this course, you will learn how to launch a job using REST API and how to schedule a job using Spring Scheduler. There are different item readers provided by Spring Batch. In this course, you will learn flat file item reader, JSON item reader, XML item reader, JDBC item reader, and many more. Just like item reader, Spring Batch provides different item writers. In this course, you will learn flat file item writer, JSON item writer, XML item writer, JDBC item writer, and many more. Fault tolerance is very important while working with Spring Batch, and that's what this course covers. In this course, you will learn how to skip the bad records and how to capture the bad records while reading, processing, and writing the data. You will also learn retry mechanism provided by Spring Batch. This course covers real-time use case, that is database migration. In this course, you will learn how to migrate from Postgres to MySQL database using Spring Batch. And for this purpose, we will use JP item reader and JP item writer. So what are you waiting for? Link for the course is given in the description. Just click on that and start learning Spring Batch with Spring Boot. So that's all for now, and we'll see you in the another video. Till then, happy learning and happy coding.